Hello everybody, it's Natasha here, and it's a very impromptu Facebook Live. If you're on my mailing list, I was meant to do this last night, however I didn't get to do it, long story, but I'm here and I'm doing this now. What I jumped on here to talk to you about today was your health and nutrition. So what I'm going to do is just have a look at this and just share this on some bits. I can see myself. This is awful. So let's have a look. Yeah, so what I wanted to do is kind of let you know a little bit about your health. I know at the moment there's so much going on. Everybody seems to know about all sorts of different health things that are going on, and yet so many people are still jumping on so many different hypes and different unhealthy ways of being. Things like people telling you what you should and shouldn't eat, which is totally fine, but a lot of the time it's like really ridiculous things, like you have unlimited pasta, for example. Like, when is pasta a really healthy thing to have? Now, a lot of these plans work. I'm not disputing that whatsoever. These plans do work if you're going from really unhealthy eating to trying to get into a healthy lifestyle. Then they work, and that's great, and I really do encourage people to take those baby steps. But those sorts of diets and health plans only go so far, and it's not something I would recommend that you do and take on a daily basis or on a long period of time, because it's so bad for you. So what alternative do you have? Like, if you are so easily accessible to have foods and help that isn't actually good help and good food, how else are you going to find out about any other foods? How else are you going to find about how is a good way to eat and how is a good healthy lifestyle to have? Even though there's an abundance of amazing resources, it's just not widely accessible, as in that not many people just go in and have it, and not many people go in and find out more about it. So I thought I would jump on. The whole aim here really is to kind of give you a little bit of an insight about some of the worst things that you can do. So whether that is for weight loss, if you're wanting to lose weight, then there's some really big do's and don'ts in that you probably would be surprised by. One of which is a Mars bar is X sins, or however then they are proclaimed how, and I don't understand how any of that works. So I'm not going to judge or comment on it, because I don't have a clue about how half these plans work. I know about bits of it, and the bits that I do know I don't really engage with so much. And as a nutritional therapist and as somebody that's educated in the industry, I would never place somebody on that as an advisory thing. However, you need to know about the ways that you can eat and the things that you should do, because why not? Because it's going to be such a big thing. By 2030, 1 in 2 people will have cancer. That's 1 in 2 people. That's 50% of people will have cancer, will have a really heartbreaking disease that could potentially have been prevented with the right nutrition from now. Like, you can prevent it. Now, I just recently put a blog post up about your health, and now what my blog post was about was how 95% of your health is in your hands. Only 5% of it is down to genetics. The rest of it you have control over. You have more control now than ever about how you are going to go forward with your life, how you're going to go forward with your health, with your weight, with your energy, with all the different things that you need. You have that control, and it's about time that you take back that control and learn about how you can go forward and have one of the best ways and have a really healthy lifestyle. Another crazy statistic is that by 2025, 5 million people will have type 2 diabetes. That, again, is just nuts. Like, these things are all preventable. You can do something about it. You just have to pull your finger out your arse and do something about it. It takes time, it takes effort. It means that you have to bring something to the table. It means that you can't just shove something in the microwave when you finish work at night. But it doesn't mean you have to sit and hang over the stove for 5 hours in the evening either. You just have to know about it. You just have to learn about these things. And it is so important that you do it. It's your health. It's your health. It's, you know, it's the most important thing that you have in your life is your health. So a really, really interesting story that I have actually is, let me just have a look on here. I'm not looking at the story, just my page is going crazy. One of the really, really important things that I had a discussion about really was with somebody, or with one of my dad's friends. Now I was in the south of France. Excuse me, I just need some water. I was in the south of France, and I was with one of my dad's friends, and she is a big businesswoman in France. She's got designer shoe stores all over France and all over globally. She's huge, and I don't really want to, I'm not going to go and divulge too much about who she is. You might know about her, you probably have heard of who she is. She is incredible. And she said to me, she said, I've chased money, I've chased luxury, I've had the best lifestyle. And she does, she has an incredible lifestyle, yachts all over the place, incredible houses, one of the nice, genuine people I've ever met. And she said to me one of the most profound things I have ever heard, and bear in mind this was about 2 years ago, and she just said, Natasha, I've had so much, but one of the most important things I never thought I would chase is my health. And now she's fighting for cancer. She's okay now, but at the time she was fighting for cancer. She never ever realised when she was chasing money, when she was chasing business, when she became one of the most successful women that I have ever had, you know, the pleasure of meeting. She never ever thought she would do that, and she says if she could turn back those times, she would do something about it. And that is what you have to do. You have to think, not think in the future if I had an illness. You have to think now and think, what can I do today? How can I change this now? Because it's better to do something about it now than have to deal with an illness later. And there's really, really famous sayings about that. So, you know, you should definitely jump and find out more. So, yeah. So this is kind of the reasons why you should be looking at going to healthier foods. Now, I make no denying whatsoever, and I'm really, really big fan of veganism. I've always been very, very big fan of veganism, and I have a lot of really, really amazing friends that I know that are really, really incredible, knowledgeable people, and they are vegans. I'm not vegan. I've tried it, I didn't do very well with it, but there's things that I have that I don't eat. So what I wanted to do is kind of go through some of the most important things that you can have and what you should eliminate. I'm actually vegetarian, I don't eat dairy, I don't eat a lot of things. There's only very few things I have from animals now, but I would definitely recommend getting rid of a lot of foods that do come from animals. They're really, really, really bad for you. And I'm sure you've seen a lot of things shared online, a lot of things shared on Facebook about some of the unhealthy things that come with eating from animals. Even though some really great things, some of them are really not. So, what I wanted to kind of let you know a little bit about was some of the things that you need to stop doing, and some of the things that you need to start doing. So, like I said, in my latest blog post, not my latest, in one of my recent ones, I talked about how 95% of your health is in your hands, and only 5% of it is down to genetics, which means you've got control over it, which means you have to do something about it before it's too late to do anything about it. So there's 5 key things that you have to do when it comes to your health. And with that, you can kind of change everything. So, number 1, you have to eat clean, healthy, whole foods. Number 2, we're going to reduce inflammation. We're going to eliminate irritating foods, balance our blood sugars, and we're going to reduce the toxins in your body. They're the 5 most important things that we need to be doing. From there, what you can then do is figure out and tailor yourself a really, really healthy plan to change your diet, to change the way that you're eating, because that is when you can kind of get the driving force to do it. So if you're trying to lose weight, if you're trying to get more energy, if you want clearer skin, if you're wanting to not be having the 3 p.m. slump on the sofa, if you're not wanting to come in and have a nap after work, all the different things that you need to, you know, you're having to do and you're kind of dealing with, but you're not really figuring out what it is, it's probably down to one of, if not all of, these unhealthy things that you're doing. So I'll run through all 5 of them very, very quickly, because these are the most important. These 5 are the most important. So I'll run through them, and then from there, what we can do is have a look more about how you can change it going forward. So the first one, I've got like a gazillion bits of notes here. So the first one is to eat clean whole foods. Now my nan, she's amazing woman. But she always tells me about how when she was younger, and that's a long time ago, when she was younger, the foods that she had were so much more healthy than now. Like she said, they had more flavour, more colour, the meats were more amazing, the vegetables were just completely different. And she said that from then and now there's been such a horrific decline in these foods. So, and there's a big reason for that. A lot of now is down to population. We're over farming, we're producing loads of things. The farmers are putting loads of herbicides and pesticides on the food to kind of make everything genetically modified and growing more. So we know all this. This is all things that we know already. But the foods that we're eating are 75% less nutritious than what they used to be. That's a huge difference, and that explains the taste and the colour and everything. But imagine the toxins that you're putting into your body. Like imagine what's that doing to your hormones. Imagine what that's doing to the insides of your body. You're not evolved to digest these things. Your body is not evolved to digest them. You can't do it to yourself. It's really, really bad. And actually between 6 and 20 pounds of your weight is undigested waste. So if you've got things like herbicides and hormones and all sorts of, God knows what else is in there, you can imagine why a lot of these foods and a lot of the weight that people are carrying is just stuck in and rotting in your gut. So, having whole foods, a really, really healthy, nutritious diet will make a huge difference. Another way to do this is through supplements. So you can have, supplements is a whole new ball game really. I'm not kind of going to go too much into supplements because it's just so complex, but a lot of supplements nowadays ultimately just have so much shit in them. You've got talcum powder, God knows what else, all sorts of horrific things in them just to bulk it up. Things and products are much more expensive nowadays, and they're just bulked up crap basically. Make sure you're reaching for a really, really good high quality supplement if you're going to have anything else. And then a lot of this is down to, oh gosh, I don't know what I did then. A lot of this is down to deficiencies that you have. Like, so one of the biggest things that I have, and the things that I do quite often, are nutritional deficiency assessments. It's one of the packages that I offer, and I can work out from what it is that people are deficient in their nutrients. So one of those is one of the most common ones are the B vitamins. By far, I find B vitamins is one of the things that people are completely, one of, if not most of, if not all of the B vitamins. They are really making a huge difference in the way people are eating and the way they're affecting. So make sure if you're going to go for a supplement, if you need extra supplements, then you are going for high quality products, because they are really, really not going to be doing wonders after all, and you're just wasting money. So I wouldn't recommend that one very much. Now the second thing that I said you're going to have to do is reduce the inflammation. So reduce inflammation, one of the best ways to do this is with fatty acids. So your omegas are really, really important for this. And it sorts out your hormones. You're reducing the inflammation in your body, is helping disease. Diseases are literally just a dis-ease. That's it. That's all it is. But the more that you're irritating these things like sugar is just horrific for diseases. Every 10 weeks your cells are duplicating, and if they're duplicating unhealthy things simply because your nutrients that you're putting into your body are making the cells duplicate more mutilated cells, you're going to find yourself still being ill. So feeding these foods like sugar and things like that are just going to make it 10 times worse for you. It's just not worth it. So I'd go for omega-3. Omega-3 is really, really good for reducing inflammation. It's known for it. And you can get these from grass-fed meat, oily fish, chia seeds, flax seeds. These are all really, really great things that you can get your omega-3 from. And a lot of this, you know, high a diet, like a high-fat diet, a lot of this is will mean that you are going to have an alkaline diet. Now, you've probably heard a lot about alkaline diets over time and over periods that you've heard about nutrition and health. Now, I would always recommend an alkaline diet. Acidic diets, again, produce diseases, not worth it. Alkaline diets are so much better for your health, so much better for your body. It means it's kind of like balancing. Imagine like you've got scales in your body and it's just literally balancing the scales, and that's literally all that you're doing with an alkaline diet. One of the best ways to alkaline your body is warm lemon water. You've probably heard of this before, but anybody that knows me knows I sweat all of my waters. So that's a really, really great way to alkaline your body. Really fantastic way of doing it, and I have that every morning when I'm reading my book. Yeah, so that was number 3, reducing inflammation. No, that was number 2, reducing inflammation. Number 3 is eliminating irritating foods. So you probably know, if you know already, chances are it's because you've already got or been diagnosed with one of 2 things. You've either got lactose intolerance or gluten intolerance. So 75% of people are lactose intolerant and 50% of people are gluten intolerant. So if you don't know whether you're lactose intolerant or gluten intolerant, I would just stop having lactose and gluten just to save yourself hassle. The doctor's telling you to do it because it's just rubbish. Complete and utter rubbish for your body, complete and utter rubbish for your health. This is why when people are being told to have plans where you can have as much gluten as possible that you need, pasta and things, I don't understand them, because gluten is terrible. It's just a binding agent. You can get other things that bind that aren't as unhealthy as gluten. The amount of people that I speak to, the amount of clients that I have are gluten intolerant, lactose intolerant, is unbelievable. It's unbelievable. And the reason is, it's because your body is not evolved to digest it. If your body's not evolved to digest it, then why are you putting yourself through it? Your body is just wasting away in your gut. Your gut is just rotting. I just get rid of it. It's not worth it. Not worth it at all. So, no lactose, no gluten. Caffeine, again, is another one you need to get rid of. Just get rid of it. And of course, like I said before, sugar. Sugar is so bad for your health. I can't stress it enough. If you take one thing away from this, it's just like never pick up sugar again. Never. Just don't do it. Yeah, so that was number 3, was eliminating foods. Number 4 was balancing blood sugar. So to balance our blood sugars, again, the best thing to do this in the morning is just not reaching for your cereal. Stop having your toast and jam or your porridge. I mean, the best thing I hear is people thinking they're healthy by having porridge in the morning. Now, certain porridges, if you know the right brands, if you know the right things, yes, I agree, are fine. But the normal ones that you're catching on Waitrose or wherever you shop, on their shelves, they're not healthy, they're not great for you, they're full of sugar, and again, it's gluten, it's not good for you in the morning. So if you're going to have balance your blood sugar, the best thing that you can do is have a high fat and protein breakfast. Get you full up in the morning, balance that blood sugar, put loads of cinnamon in, because cinnamon is incredible for blood sugar. Pop that in there and you are going to be fuller for longer. You're not going to be reaching at 10 o'clock for some sweets or crisps or something like that, because you're not going to need it. Your body's not going to crave that sugar because you're full and you're having the right nutrients. If you're starting your diet in the morning with sugar, I can guarantee you are not going to last all day. And even if you're having porridge and you feel full all day, I can guarantee you getting home, and if you're anything like me, like I was the queen of doing this, I would be like really healthy all day and have a salad and go to the gym and then come home and have like 4 meals. I was like feeding the 5,000, like eating. That's incredible. That's how I was. And that's because my blood sugars and hormones were just all over the place because I'm eating the wrong things at the wrong times. It just sent me nuts. So get rid of that. There's no point. Get rid of messing around with your blood sugars and just get on with it. That's literally all you need to do. So that was number 4, balancing your blood sugars. And then the 5th one was reducing toxins. This one is kind of partially inevitable, partially just something that you can do. Yeah, so with reducing your toxin levels, that can come in all sorts of different ways. Like I've pretty much covered it for your diet, I've pretty much covered it for your health, but what you don't realise is there's so many other ways that you are hurting yourself, you're harming your body. Now, I live in London, so I'm probably the most polluted area of the country. I know that, everybody knows that, so air pollution is really bad for you, we get it. Pollution in our foods, we know that. Like I said, we touched on pesticides. What most people don't realise, one second, I'm just going to keep you in anticipation, I'll have water. What most people don't realise are, I'm just reading comments, what most people don't realise are the biggest things that you are putting on your skin are causing massive, massive problems in your health, massive problems. Your skin is the largest organ, so anything you put on your skin is going into your bloodstream in 16 seconds. So bear that in mind if you're somebody that has children as well, because anything that you're putting on their skin is also going into their bloodstream in 16 seconds. It's going to raise the toxins in their body. It's going to raise the toxins in your body. That's something that you don't want to be doing at all. You just want to be making sure that your blood sugars, your blood sugars are stable, but making sure that the toxin levels in your skin and on your skin are also going to make a huge, huge difference in your diet. You can eat the best foods in the world, but if you're coming home having a bath in crap and then putting all over your skin a load of crap as well, you're just putting more toxins in your body. It's just not worth it. Just make sure that whatever you're doing, you know your ingredients. And a rule of thumb for me is if you wouldn't eat it, then don't put it on your skin. And one of my friends has made like incredible, like really healthy sort of skin things as well. So if you can make your own, that's great. If not, then I know a company that does incredible products for skin and health, and what you put in your skin, because obviously that's really, really important. It's just not worth it. And like again, if you've got children, it's just be conscious about what you're putting on them. There's cases at the moment, and you've probably seen them, about Johnson's and all sorts of different companies that are being taken to court because of the chemicals that are in those products. It's just terrible. So if you're going to eat really healthy, make sure that you know the other toxins that are around you. So I mean, one of the questions that I ask in my nutritional deficiencies assessment is, do you spend more than 2 hours a day in a car in traffic? And the reason for that is toxin levels again. So just be conscious around you, conscious of the toxin levels that are in your life essentially. So that's that. So I don't know how long I've been on here because it doesn't tell me, but hopefully that's as basic and as brief as I can get it, because nutrition is just a really, really long thing. You have to learn about genes and DNA and all sorts of different things. So trying to keep it as basic as possible is really quite tough. So that was an attempt at it. Hopefully that you understood that and it all made a lot of sense to you. Now, what I wanted to do on here also was let you know about two different things that I am doing at the moment. So the first one is your mind. So I'm a coach. I love personal development. I love health. I love anything that is going to be mind. I love it. It just is just the biggest passion of mine ever. And there is absolutely no way on this earth that you can do and embark on a health journey that's going to change your health. And when you start implementing things like this, it will change your life, because you'll find that you have the energy to do things that you didn't think you'd do. You'd find that you have the time to do all the things that you didn't think you'd do, because you're not having to slave over a cooker for 20 hours a day or however long you have to do it for. So mindset is everything. It's getting that into the thing. So this is open to anybody that wants to go forward, anybody that's pushing, anybody that wants to kind of get shifts, any limiting beliefs that they've got at the moment. From Monday, so the date on Monday is the excuse me, that's how prepared I am, the 14th. So on the 14th of November, so this coming Monday, I'm going to do a 3-day kick-ass challenge. So it's just going to be on a Facebook group on Facebook. So anybody is welcome to jump on that at all. If you want to know, or if you want to do it, I'll pop the link underneath so that you can jump on it, join the group, and I'm going to do 3 days, and I'm seriously going to push you out of your comfort zone because that's what I love to do. And I love to see you grow and step into the best version of you. So that's what I'm good at, and that's what I love at doing. So that's for 3 days. Like I said, we're going to do, so there's going to be 3 different tasks you're going to do, I'm going to do, we're all going to do them together. And what we can do is just grow as people. And those 3 days, I promise you're going to see results. I can guarantee you'll see results if you do what I tell you to do. I promise. I'm not going to tell you to do it, I'm going to advise you to do it. But if you want to do it, then you have that chance. Anybody's welcome to that. The second thing that I would recommend, and this is something that I would recommend for anybody that wants to embark on a new health journey, I also do a 30-day plan. So the 30-day plan is incorporating all the 5 things that I've explained. So we're going to eat whole foods, reduce toxins, eliminate irritating foods, reduce blood sugars, and eliminate toxins. I never said that? I think I said that. But we're going to get rid of all those 5 things because those are the most important things. We'll change them. We're going to change your whole mindset on eating. We're going to change your whole mindset on healthy eating. And we're going to put you on something that's really going to shift it. Don't worry, you're not deprived. I love chocolate. I eat chocolate. So there's different ways. There's just alternatives. Again, it's no lactose. We don't have dairy. This plan would work if you're vegan. Like I said, I am so pro-vegan. I'm not vegan, but I'm pro-vegan. So the plans I have are totally adaptable to veganism and vegetarianism. So that's that. And so that's a 30-day plan. And if you're on the 30-day plan, I would also recommend to jump onto the 3-day mindset challenge. Like I said, anybody's welcome on the mindset challenge. But if you're going to do the 30-day plan, get yourself in the right mindset as well, because that will shift and get you in the right sort of step to go forward. So the 30-day plan is starting on the 20th, I believe. No, the 21st. So that's going to start on the 21st of November. I was going to say January then. No, November, 21st of November, we're going to have the 30-day plan. That's going to get you geared up right the way to Christmas. So you can either lose weight, get more energy, feel better, have a glowing skin, or whatever it is, whatever your goal is, that's going to kind of do that before Christmas. And then you're going to be head start, ready for New Year, and you can just jump on. You already have the right knowledge, you have the right plan, and this is what it is. This is the key thing that I want anybody to take away from anybody that jumps on a plan with me, is I want you to take away as much knowledge. Use me completely and utterly, suck the life out of me if you need to. Use me, I'm here to help, and that's what I want to do. So if you're going to do that, then just jump on and just let me know if I can help you in any way, because after these 30 days I'm always going to be here to help. It's my passion, so it's something that I do, whether it's for work or whether it's just for general advice for anybody. So yeah, and it just gives you something to take away. You can learn from it because it will change everything for you in terms of your mindset and in terms of your health. So I think that is all for tonight. It's been my first Facebook Live for ages. So if you have any questions about any of the things that I've just mentioned, then jump on and I will, or just drop me a line, inbox, whatever it is, then just let me know. I'm going to pop the 3-day challenge in a link underneath as well. Actually, I'll put it in the name, so you can jump on that and then you can learn anything you want to do. Anybody's welcome to that, and I'd love to see as many people as possible, because I just love to create a positive environment, and that is exactly what it's going to do. It's just going to stretch you out your comfort zone and grow and just become the best version, most powerful version of you. So that's what that's going to do. So jump on there and I'll pop the link in for you. Any questions at all about anything, don't hesitate to let me know, because I am here. That's what I'm here for. That's what I love to do, and that's what I'm interested in. So any questions, anything you want to know from me, drop me a line. Until next time, have a lovely evening. You take care of yourselves. Try to implement some of the things that I've said, just for your own health. And yeah, enjoy yourself tonight. And I'm going to try and go anyway. Bye guys, take care.